Welcome back to Grounded, home of mindfulness, meditation, self-transformation. Today I'm covering a little bit of topic on death, and I know a lot of people as a core fear that the majority of people actually fear death, and I understand that and I get that, but let me shed a little bit of a greater understanding on what death actually is. Now, the reason we fear death is because we identify with the body. Now, this is just part of this experience, part of this reality, part of the denseness of this experience. So when we come into this experience, the first identification we have is the identification with the body. So we then begin to identify with the body, and then as we begin to build a mental construct of who we believe ourselves to be, that identity that we create mentally is a reflection of your relationship with the world, with your carers, with other people. So our personal identity is created through the reflection of this reality. And then along with this personal identity is the personal identification with the body. So the reason why we fear death is because we identify with the mind, with the personality, and we identify with the body. We identify with this existence. That's why for most of us we don't know anything outside of this existence. We don't know God, we don't know any kind of other reality than the one we're living in. And that is because the greatest part of you, people call it your soul, however you wish to describe it. I like to describe it as your consciousness, identifies with the body, identifies with experiences, and then identifies with memory. So memory, experience, and the body make up your reality, your identification with this reality. And then our consciousness is confined to that, doesn't know anything outside of that, forgets its own nature. And this is very important. This is a very important experience for your consciousness to have, because it disconnects itself from the source. It disconnects itself from the knowledge of itself. And the reason it disconnects itself from the knowledge of itself is to have a separate experience, to then awaken out of the experience and to realize your own essence again, our essence. But this creates fear, because when we identify with the body is, or the main driving force of the body is survival. So when we identify with the body, our main function is self-preservation, preserving the body. And so we identify with the body, cutting ourselves off from our greater truth. Now, in truth, what we actually love, or what we actually fear losing, is our life. We fear losing our life. But our life is not confined to the body. It's only confined to the body when it's identified with the body. But what you truly are is beyond the body. And this is when we begin to awaken. We're beginning to awaken out of the body. We're beginning to awaken out of the identification with our mind, our memory, and the body and our experiences. This is what awakening is. It's stepping out of the identification with this reality, realizing a much greater reality, the reality of life itself. You are life. Now let me demonstrate this a little bit more. What you love in a person, what you love in yourself is life. You love the life. Now if you was to walk down the road and say, for instance, you was to see a dead bird, a dead dog, a dead animal, you recognize that what's missing is the life. You don't love something that's dead. You don't love a dead body. You love the life of the body, the life that animates the body. And then it's the essence of a person we love. It's the essence of ourself we love. It's the essence of a dog we love. It's the essence of the flowers we love. We love the life. If only we can see this and realize this, we will begin to disidentify, detach from the forms. Like, I am a form, but I am not this form. I am life taking on this form. The essence of who I am goes beyond this form. Just like the essence of you, of who you are, goes beyond your form. So what we truly fear is we fear losing life, but in truth you cannot lose life, because life is formless. Life is beyond all of the forms. You are beyond all of the forms. And you will realize this when you go through your own awakening. Now, as you go through this process, as you realize this more and you begin to connect with life, you begin to realize that even the people that you've lost are not lost. The life of the person that you loved is still very much intact. Now, anybody that's been around me or anybody that knows me deeply, even a couple of people on my social media that follow me, I have channeled messages from loved ones. And the reason for this is not because I have a special ability, but because I have realized life. Because I'm connected to life, which means I'm connected to everything and everyone that has been. But when we cut off from that, then we can't recognize the person beyond the form. So when we lose our loved ones, we are so associated with the form that we can't actually allow ourselves to let go of the form that they inhabited. We're so confined to this reality, so disconnected from life, that we can't actually recognize that the person is still with us. Every person that's ever died, the only thing that died was the body. The life of that person is still there, still in you, still connected to you. But when you're disconnected from your own source, you're disconnected from that person. When you're disconnected from life, you're disconnected from the whole. Now, the reason why I've had so many experiences with channeling people is because I am open to it, which is the kind of message that I want to give in this video, that nothing is lost. Nothing is ever lost. The only thing, or the only reason why you believe it's lost is because you're lost, because you're disconnected, because you don't realize the life that you are. And because you don't realize the life that you are confined to your body, confined to your mind, confined to your memory, confined to existence. Life is eternal. What you are is eternal. That's the great mystery, or the great secret to life. That when you move beyond the body, when you move beyond your sense of self, when you move beyond your identity, you begin to awaken to the greater truth. And that is, love is forever intact. Life is forever intact. Till next one. Much love.